Just a short time ago, the Republicans won back control of the House of Representatives. And it was with a great Trump-endorsed candidate, Congressman-elect Kevin Kiley, who is a fantastic person.
Former President Donald Trump there praising California Congressman-elect Kevin Kiley during his 2024 announcement on Tuesday. It was Kiley's win a week after the election that secured the Republican majority in Congress. The Newsmax election desk making that call on Tuesday, giving the GOP a 219 to 209 advantage right now in the House. With 7 seats still too close to call, 4 of those in the state of California. Here we are 9 days later.
Yeah, joining us now for more is California Congressman-elect Kevin Kiley. Sir, congratulations on your win. It was your victory that secured the GOP's biggest midterm win, control of the House. Obviously, you have a lot to do. What's first on the agenda?
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me. And it is, exciting to have achieved our goal as a conference, as a party, which is to end the speakership of Nancy Pelosi and now translate that call for change from the voters into action. So I think first on the list is we have to hold the Biden administration accountable. Nancy Pelosi's Congress has steadfastly refused to do that for 2 years, but now Republicans control the majority. We have the ability to hold oversight hearings. We have the ability to issue subpoenas, to bring in members of the administration, to hold their feet to the fire. And there has never been an administration that's been as in need of accountability as this one.
I feel like voting, particularly in states like Nevada, Arizona, California, it's just become like amorphous. Here we are 9 days later, 4 races, 4 congressional races, including in the Central Valley, David Valadao to the south of you in Sacramento. Only 54% of the vote has been counted so far. How is that even possible? I literally don't understand how 9 days later we don't have results. And by the way, the 22nd Congressional District, David Valadao's district, congressman that voted for impeachment, we're not talking about a lot of people. It's a small district.
It's completely ridiculous. I mean, you have states across the country that get their voters' results on election night. Here in California, it takes an entire month. And so you ask, how is this possible? Well, how is it possible that in California we pay the highest gas taxes, yet we drive over the deepest potholes and have the worst roads? How is it that we have one of the largest economies in the entire world, and yet we can't teach our kids to read in our schools? It's a basic issue of government performance. It's the same underlying cause, is that our state simply does not have a competent administration of government services. This is the comparison. This comparison really underlines it. I mean, you have red and blue states alike that people vote, they get the results that night. Yet here we are in California, and for a while the entire majority was hanging in the balance. There was a state of uncertainty hanging over the entire country because of the basic failure of California to just be able to perform basic tasks.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Florida got it done, Georgia got it done, lots of states were able to get it done that night. Kevin, you had the Trump endorsement, and he gave you a personal shout out on Tuesday night. Talk to us about what his support has meant to you throughout the last several weeks.
Well, that was very kind of him, certainly, and it was unexpected, I really appreciated what he had to say, and I think that it really underlines the choice that voters had in this election, and of course they'll have in the next one as well, which is that we had a record economy, we had a secure border, we had crime that was going down across our country, we had schools that were doing better, and where parents were respected in terms of what they desired for their kids' education, and then Joe Biden came into office and went in an entirely different direction to devastating effect for people all across our country. And so now that we have a new majority, we need to get back to the policies that we know work. And what's important about getting the majority in the House is that the framers set up the House as the body, as the part of our government that is closest to the people, that is most responsive to public opinion. So now it's incumbent on those of us who are part of this new majority to translate that into a new direction for the country.
Come back and see us.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the conversation. Good luck to you. Hey, you're going to be friends with the Speaker of the House. He's from Bakersfield, right? Right down the 99, so not far from
That's
Sacramento.
Right.
So
We've had a speaker from California, and now we'll have a very different speaker from California.
Absolutely,
very
you got
different.
that right. All right, Kevin Kiley, congratulations to you. We'll do it again soon. Thank you.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.